Yes, guys, welcome back to the channel. So last video we made was about Montrezl, and we, reviewed his first 4 games as a Laker. And today's video we're going to review Montrezl Harrell and see how he's doing. There's a lot of talk in the off season about the Lakers and their off season moves. So I said I'm going to review, their players. They played at least 4 games. I'm grading Montrezl Harrell and Montrezl off 4 games. By the time I do Dennis Schroeder, it'll probably be 5. So, obviously it's still very early on in their Laker careers. As I said, Montrezl, I'll say it here. Montrezl still needs to get used to his teammates. His teammates still need to get used to Montrezl Harrell. And Coach Vogel needs to get used to Montrezl Harrell. See how he fits into the lineup, when to play him, what matchups, and all that. But he has played 4 games, and he's made a pretty big impact in those 4 games. So I just want to review how he's done. And his contract, he can opt out of his contract. I think after the season, he signed a 2-year, $19 million contract. So the Lakers could extend him and we might talk about should they extend him. But anyway, the first game Montrezl Harrell played was again for the Lakers was actually against the Clippers. His old team, as we all know. The Lakers stole him from the Clippers this off season, and well, everyone in the Lakers was pretty rusty in this game. As I said in the Montrezl video, he was really poor. AD was poor. LeBron wasn't poor, but he wasn't at his usual best. But this team was tired. As I said, this team only got 71 days pre-season, so you can't expect from. And this Clippers team, they're fired up. This Clippers team was built to beat the Lakers team. It's built perfectly for that. But as it's against the Mavericks, it's not really built to beat the rest of the NBA. So this game everyone struggled. They lost by 7 points. And Montrezl Harrell, he played 32 minutes with 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 17 points. So a pretty good show in this game. Now I watched this full game, and Montrezl Harrell did impress me. Not a lot of people impressed me in this game. LeBron only had 22 points, AD only had 18, Schroeder 14, but Montrezl 17 points, third highest score in the game for the Lakers, and I thought he played well. Obviously he's not a good defender, but he's an average defender. He's not an elite defender. He's not the defense is not his strong point really. But most people accept that. We know about that. Hopefully he can improve on it throughout the season. So he's not defense is not his thing really, but grabbing those rebounds, his dunks, I love when he dunks. He brings real energy. Grabbing rebounds, 10 rebounds, he can grab that. Got a few assists. He's got this small bit of mid-range game where he shoots just outside the paint, where he can hit that shot. Obviously, his main attributes is just under the rim and laying it up and in or dunking it. So this game, it's 17 points, pretty good showing from Montrezl. I was happy with him. You cannot be happy with him for that. Then game 2, the Lakers, they played the Dallas Mavericks on Christmas Day, a blowout victory. Once again, I watched this whole thing. It was on national TV, and Montrezl, he played 28 minutes this time, but he made a bigger impact, scoring 22 points, 2 assists, and 7 rebounds. This game is Montrezl's best game in a Lakers uniform, in my opinion. I think he played unbelievable. I think he was the 3rd highest scorer for the Lakers. LeBron got 22, AD got 28, and Schroeder got 18. So, yeah, Montrezl was up there, 2nd highest scorer, just behind AD. Brilliant game for Montrezl. As I said, he brings scoring from as a power forward / center. The Lakers didn't have that last year. Last year, their front court was kind of Markieff Morris and Anthony Davis in the power forward, and then you have Dwight and JaVale at the center, and they didn't bring much scoring. They brought different things, as we all know. I've gone over many times. But Montrezl, yes, his defense isn't as good as those other people, but his offense is probably better. Only Anthony Davis is probably better at offense in the front court for the Lakers. So that's what he brings. Montrezl brings scoring from the bench. That's why he got 6th man of the year last year. He'll grab a few rebounds even for his height. He works so hard in fairness to him. He is undersized, so he has to outwork people to compete and to do well in games. But I was happy with this game, very happy with this game against the Mavericks for Montrezl. A very good showing. And then the Lakers moved on to the next game against the Timberwolves. Now this is the first game of a back-to-back game for the Lakers. This is the first one, as I said. And Montrezl, he scored 12 points, got 2 assists and 1 rebound in 20 minutes. So the stats went down a bit from the last game against the Mavericks, but it's 12 points. Not a lot of people. I think only 3 players last year averaged over 10 points for the Lakers last year. They were LeBron, AD, and Kuzma. This year, It's looking different. You got Dennis Schroeder, who can easily average over 10 points. Montrezl Harrell in every game has averaged over 10 points. Obviously, you got Kuzma, LeBron, and AD. That's 5 right off the bat. You know, then you can if anybody can get hot on the night. You know, Wesley Matthews some night might take off. Taylor Horton Tucker, obviously, he's making a big impression on people. He's playing very well. KCP can easily take off, and obviously Gasol in this game actually got 12 points. So we got a lot of players who can easily get over 10 points. You know, we got 5 players who I'm confident in every game will get over 10 points, and LeBron AD over 20 points. Even for Montrezl and Dennis Schroeder, I've had over 15 from them. You know, and so Montrezl this game 12 points, nothing special, but you know, just a solid performance for Montrezl, and that's what we're going to get mainly. You know, not always going to get 22 points off Montrezl. There will be some, you know, just some bang average games, and that's a bang average game for Montrezl, which is pretty good. Then they played, by the time this video comes out, it'll probably be yesterday's game, but when I'm recording this, it's today's game against the Portland Trail Blazers. Obviously they lost that by 8 points. Montrezl in this game played 27 minutes, 9 points, 1 assist and 6 rebounds. Now this game, I think we learned the most about Montrezl out of the 4 games. He played in the clutch really, he played in the big minutes. You know, he played in the 4th quarter when the game was in the balance. And this is where Montrezl got a bit found out on the defensive end. You know, Nurkic, who's a big center, he was obviously they tried to match him up with him, but I just think Montrezl got found out in this game. You know, obviously, you know, we all know, as I said at the start of the video, that defense is Montrezl's biggest strength, and that you got found out. You know, I think there's a time and a place to play Montrezl, and down in the clutch, down when you need to get points on the board. I don't think that's the time for Montrezl Harrell. But I also don't think it's a time for Marc Gasol either. So I don't know what the Lakers are gonna do. Might slide Markieff Morris in there, I don't know. But Montrezl Harrell, happened with the Clippers when they played the Nuggets. They always played Montrezl down the stretch, and you know it wasn't working against Jokic, and that's why the Clippers lost. You know, Montrezl, you know, played a big part in why they didn't get through to the Western Conference Finals. And I think Montrezl, you know, just obviously as being undersized, you know, there's certain matchups that, you know, are not going to work out for him. Obviously, you gotta keep people like Jokic, big men who can shoot threes, even just big men in general. You know, you gotta try and keep Montrezl away from them, keep him in the power forward position. But as I said, Marc Gasol, I'm not confident in him playing down the stretch either. So I don't know what Vogel's going to do. I don't know how it's going to play out. Montrezl might improve defensively. He won't get any taller anyway, that's for sure. But maybe Marc Gasol might improve. I don't know. But Montrezl Harrell down the stretch is not the answer. You know, I don't think he fits in down the stretch. There's a time and a place for Montrezl, and when he's playing very good. You know, overall, I mean, I've been impressed in his 4 games. He's bringing scoring, bringing energy. He's bringing a lot. So I'm impressed with Montrezl. I'm happy with Montrezl. Would I give him an extension? Obviously it's very early. I'd say I want to see more from Montrezl. You know, I'd almost skip the season. You know, they're talking about Dennis Schroeder and giving him an extension as soon as they can. Remember, in mid-February, and we will make a video about that. But Dennis Schroeder, you know, we all know what he can do. But Montrezl, I'm not convinced yet. You know, obviously, as I said, he brings scoring, but down the stretch, he's not. I don't think he's there. I don't think he's good enough. Montrezl, you know, he's got a place in the roster for sure. So I don't know what Dick's going to do with him. But anyway, we don't need to worry about that just yet. You know, we've still got a full season of Montrezl and see how we can do, see what he does. But yeah, that's been Montrezl's 4 games this season. Montrezl, he's averaged 15 points per game, 6 rebounds and 2 assists in those 4 games, shooting 71% from the field and 66% from the free throw line. You know, he's hitting these mid-range, some of these close mid-range shots. You know, he's expanding his arsenal, you could say. But you know, he's still got a good way to go to get to get where we need him to be. You know, I'd think Montrezl, if he can just improve his defense, he's an exceptional player, an all-star level player, I think. But you know, can't complain about his first 4 games. Still very early on, plenty of room to improve. It might even go downhill from here, but I'm sure Montrezl, you know, will make this a very successful. He's very fired up, you know, for leaving the Clippers. I'm sure this will be a successful stint in LA with the Lakers. Anyway, guys, that's the video. This probably be the last video of the year, so you know, I'm gonna take in a small break, and then I'll be back. You know, New Year 2021. You'll see plenty of me. So turn on notifications, because once 21 hits, we're gonna be uploading almost daily, I think. Whenever there's news, especially. So we'll try upload daily as much as we can, anyway. So make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, the notifications on, And with all I say, guys, I'm out of here.